Hey, welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm MC Objective here. Remember to subscribe, hit that notification button, like, and comment. And when you comment hashtag notification squad down in the comments to show your support for the channel. Now, here today, I'm just going to quickly show off all the stuff that I have got off camera because, while there's just this big gap where I haven't been recording or anything like that. Now, a lot of the time, yes, I was with family, I was doing some other stuff, and I was just having a break from Minecraft. However, some of these days, I went through and I got a whole bunch of stuff, as if you look through these chests, I have a ton of cobblestone, I went mining, I have a lantern in there for some reason, I don't remember why, I got some other stuff, and we actually got these 3 music discs here. Now, these just came by surprise. I actually found a mob spawner, which I'm trying to turn into a drowned spawner because it was a zombie spawner. So I'm going to turn that into a drowned farm. And I don't know when I'm going to get that done. I'm going to do that off camera. I'll show that some other time when it is finished, so you guys can see that later on. Now here we got our armor here, and this is the pickaxe we use to go mining actually right here. Not for very long, but it's enchanted. I decided just to call it this, and then I gave it a color coding where if it's red, it's really just my best pickaxe. We got this sword here too. It's got a couple enchantments on it too. However, we're going to quickly put on this armor, and we are going to put the diamond sword back. Just because the iron sword we have in here is actually a fire aspect sword, I believe. What was it? I believe it was a fire aspect sword. Or is it flame? I don't remember. I don't remember how the enchantments work. So give me a second here to actually check that while I put this sword back, because it's hard to find the angle. There it is. Now, what do we have? It is fire aspect 1, just as I thought. And yeah, so today, this area here, it's landscaping, because landscaping is just, we need landscaping. This place, it looks nice and it's a good spot for a house or even like a small village. However, I want to make this into more of a spruce village for 1. For 2, the landscaping around here just isn't all that great. We also got ourselves a horse here off camera. That was I happened to come across a saddle and some armor. So anyway, we're going to mine down some of these trees here, especially these birch trees, because they're really the only ones in the way, because I don't mind birch trees. Why would I? I know I used it for the floor in the house, but that was just a temporary house anyway, and we are going to actually get rid of that soon, because in the start of this episode, well, at the end of this episode, we are starting our new house, and in next episode, we are going to finish our house. However, before we start our house, I would really like to get this landscaping done here. And yeah, so let me just quickly, let's get some trees gone, because these birch trees are really going to be a big pain. So we're just going to want to completely get rid of them altogether. At least the ones around here, because I'm not going to go through the entire oak forest and mine down every birch tree. Because why would I do that unless I'm mining down the entire forest and farming birch trees? So, yeah. And if you guys missed it earlier, this is all the stuff that we have in our chest now. And we are definitely going to need shovels. We have a silk touch shovel here. And we are going to want to keep that safe, just because we need it for other stuff. We need it for like grass, vines, all the other stuff that we need for later. But for now, we're just going to use this iron shovel, and we're going to get all this dirt out here, as we're just going to make a path through here. And I would really think it would look nice if we could just completely clear it out and start it all over from scratch, instead of trying to work with the terrain and kind of make the terrain work with us. Because I don't have a vision for it. I don't have a vision for what we could do here. So I'm thinking to completely recreate it, let's just dig this all out and make it form into my vision. Sorry about this here. Don't worry about the notifications, as I forgot to really mute all notifications. So I don't know how many times that'll pop up throughout the series, but you'll definitely see a few different times for notifications. If they're personal notifications, I do edit them out of the videos, so yeah. Anyway, let's get this all done, and it's actually starting to become night, so, and if you notice, actually, like, you can't see it, but we actually got a lot of dirt from this to edit our terrain here, and it'd be so much nicer if we had, like, a diamond pickaxe or something. Diamond pickaxe, diamond shovel with some enchantments on it to make it go faster. But for now, we have to deal with this iron shovel here. And if you notice at the beginning, the edits aren't normally at my style. That's because I switched my editor. I got annoyed with my last one, so I decided I'm going to switch that into one that might be a little bit better, and this is us testing this new editor out. So let's hope that it works for us throughout the entire series and we don't have to switch out again. Because the last one, there were so many bugs and a whole bunch of stuff I didn't want to deal with because I knew I could get them fixed by getting a new one, and here we are with a new one. So here we are now done sleeping, and we are going to continue work on here. Now here, it isn't just going to be in this area, we are going to extend this all the way across. Eventually, it's just going to go up all the mountains around, but that'll take forever, so I'm thinking we start off small until we can get ourselves the elytra and some bamboo for scaffolding later on. And really, we're just going to make a path, like I said, but I'm thinking we even make a cliffside on the side here with a fountain, with a waterfall going into our little pond here. And for now, I'm thinking we're probably going to want to just leave it up at the top since we don't really have a source. We don't have a source for it right now, so I'm thinking we just do that until we can get ourselves a source area where we can have it just trickling out of the mountain and it pours into the pond, creating this pond here. And yeah, so let's come up here. And yeah, it looks like we're gonna. It's not long enough. We need a longer area here, so that our path is easier to make and it scales up without ladders and all that. And it's just kind of. I wouldn't really say seamless getting up because you're definitely going to need to jump and it's gonna look ugly for now. But let's mine this all out and. Yeah. Another thing we still need to do is a project board, and I've actually thought up of something, and I'm thinking a shrine. Kind of like a pathway going up to the mountain, the nice mountain where I said we could probably build some kind of castle. Well, I've changed my mind for that area. I am thinking of building up some kind of a shrine that leads all the way up, and at the top it is our board of our projects, a project board, a project shrine. So there we kind of just go up there, check out exactly what we are doing next, well, what projects we need to do and work on those projects. And yeah, that's really my plan for it. Because I couldn't think. The last two episodes, I could not think of something at all. It was just terrible. I couldn't think of anything at all. I sat there thinking and thinking and thinking, and then I started getting inspiration. I started getting inspiration on shrines and cool looking structures that are just randomly in your world. And I thought, well, why don't we build a project board that's a shrine? Because lot of people they build shrines, and I was watching Mumbo Jumbo about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, something like that, and he built himself a room to keep himself prioritized in his projects. And I thought, well, why don't we make a shrine, something that looks nice? Because he just made a room. It would have been so cool if he made some kind of redstone one where it kind of just popped out what he was working on today, like a randomizer. He made some kind of a randomizer for his projects, and whatever popped out, that's what he worked on for the day. Just to keep himself prioritized on one project during the day, and I mean, he usually works on one anyway, but still, I think that would just be cool. And we're just going to form up our path here. Eventually it'll look a lot nicer than this, but we're going to kind of form up exactly how we want it to look. And as soon as the grass kind of forms, we're probably going to switch some of it out for gravel, some for probably coarse dirt, and definitely some pathway blocks, because those actually look nice. A lot of people say they look ugly and they don't like them. However, I'm quite fond of them. I use them all the time. And yeah, but this is starting to form together in a way. The only thing I don't like is the fact that these walls go straight up. So I'm going to try and fix that here. And let's figure this out. I actually, in the end, don't really like the way it looks, by the way. But at least this part, and it ends up actually working with what I put on at the end. And I can't remember, but I think you see that at the end of this. Yeah, you see it at the end of this episode because that's when I start the house. And yeah, so let's just form this all up here and go up through here. Ooh, you know something I thought of? We could copy this world and make it creative so we can figure out how we want things to go and then recreate it in survival. That might work. That just might work. Yeah, I think that would work. So we're going to dig this out since really building it up isn't following us right now. So we are going to just go out, make the landscape go with us instead of us going with the landscape. I know a lot of people say just work with your landscape, work with your landscape. Well, that won't always work. So there are times where you can edit your landscape, make it fit you instead of the other way around. And that's what I normally use, like working into the landscape that works with structures. But when you're landscaping, you can't exactly work along with the landscape, I guess you can say. So let's just figure this out, because this isn't exactly easy to figure out exactly how we want it, and it doesn't look good right now because of I can't. I didn't even think about that. I could have filled it all up with grass right away instead of waiting, because I ended up waiting the entire time for the grass to regrow in order to actually make the pathway blocks, and I should have just done that. Oh well. And yeah, and I don't know if I talked about it. Yeah, I didn't talk about it yet. But there's actually a Nether Portal in our world now that I built in between camera and I've only gone into there once just to check out the spawn area, but I haven't gone into there yet. Other than that, the rest of the exploring is going to be on camera, and whatever structures we build in there is going to be on camera. And we are back, and we have finished our landscaping. And yeah, so let's go take a look at that right now. And this is what I have came up with. And I actually like this a lot. And you can't see it right now, but I actually included some of the vines. There's a tree up there, and it had vines on it. I used the vines earlier in the video to climb. I mined out that tree and got the vines, and I ended up planting these trees here. And this is our sorry about that, our nether portal. And we see, as I said earlier, we're just going to leave it here for now until we can make it so it scales the mountain. And let's just mine this, because we're trying to get as much spruce as we can to make this into a spruce forest, and really just to make spruce structures, just because I like spruce wood a lot. Oak is alright, but I think spruce looks a lot better. So, and I ended up finding a kind of like a really super small spruce forest that's just by our house. But here we've done this, and I did not mean to break that block, but we've come up with this here, and I like it a lot. And yeah, I think it looks super nice, and it just fits this area, is what I think. And yeah, and one of my subscribers slash friends, kind of, from the Discord that I talked to, they suggested putting the pressure plates down on my doors, at least on the inside. Thank you for that suggestion, because I would have forgotten all about that. I normally do that anyway, but I was completely spacing, so thank you for reminding me to do that. Otherwise, I would sit there turning around, and a zombie or a creeper would have got in without permission. It would have killed me. I'm not so good with creepers. Oh, and we got some emeralds here too, so we can do trading later on. I made myself a shield for when we do combat. Bunch of redstone so we can work on some redstone projects, even though it's not even close to enough. We got a whole bunch of rotten flesh. We got to get rid of that. We got to make an incinerator and get rid of that, because why? Who uses it? It's there's no benefit. And yeah, so we haven't really changed anything in our chests here. And yeah, but we've finished our landscaping, so we're just going to want to figure things out here as we make our house, because the house we are making is the one that I made in my last video, actually, in my tutorial video of that medieval slash fantasy style 3x3 house. Even though I know it's a little bit bigger than a 3x3 space, but it's still the interior of the house is still a 3x3, except for the upstairs. And yeah, so here we're going to put our stuff away, and we're just going to get ready to build this house. And I don't really have a good area where we can build this unless we were to completely get rid of that house, and I don't want to do that right now. But I think up here, is there any saplings up here? No, there's a whole bunch of sticks. We don't need sticks right now. We need saplings. Uh, please give me saplings. We need saplings. And yeah. Anyway, I'm thinking we could probably do it to the right of the house here. We have a whole bunch of cobblestone and stuff like that, so we can use that all up. And I know the base of the house takes up a lot of cobblestone and quite a few stone bricks too. And we use up quite a bit of, well, not really, we use up some oak planks too. But I'm thinking probably right around here somewhere. And yeah, so somewhere around here, I'm going to dig a 3x3 and we're going to start on our house here. And I didn't mean to do that. Oh, well, we'll just make that part of the house. That wasn't actually the exact spot I wanted to put the house, but we're gonna have to because I accidentally did the pathway block there, and placing a dirt block there was a lot. Just seemed to like it was more work than it just digging it all out right there. I don't know. That's just how it seemed to me when I didn't have to lose the dirt block there. Anyways, I'll outline this here now so we can start working on our house here. And in about 1 minute, we are going to end the video as I have ran out of time, kind of. But our recording times are limited, so we got to be careful of that. And so definitely by next episode, we will completely finish this house. I have no idea when next episode will be released. It could be tomorrow, could be next week. It depends on when I get the chance to actually complete the voiceover, because it is recorded and ready to go, as I have been doing stuff throughout the time I have been gone. I've just been busy with family because I have some family members that are up and we don't get to see them very often, so I have to hang out with them for a while. And so, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one, and goodbye.